The first thing I noticed when I woke up was the smell. It wasn't the usual musty stench of my basement apartment. No, this was something worse. Something alive. And then I saw it. A single red handprint on the wall, still wet, dripping like it had just been made. But I live alone.
What the hell is that?
My voice echoed in the small room, but no one answered. The handprint wasn't there last night. I know it wasn't. I would have noticed. I always notice things like that.
Who's there?
Silence. The kind of silence that feels heavy, like it's pressing down on you. I stepped closer to the wall, my fingers trembling as I reached out to touch the handprint. It was warm.
This isn't possible.
And then I heard it, a faint whisper, so soft I almost thought I imagined it. But it was there, a voice coming from the corner of the room where the shadows were darkest.
You shouldn't have come back.
I spun around, my heart pounding so hard I thought it might burst. The corner was empty, just shadows. But the voice, it was real.
Who are you? What do you want?
You know what I want. You've always known.
The voice was closer now, right behind me. I could feel the cold breath on the back of my neck. I didn't dare turn around.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Liar.
The word hissed through the air like a snake, and suddenly the room felt smaller, tighter, like the walls were closing in. I could barely breathe.
Please, just leave me alone.
I can't. Not until you remember.
Remember what? I wanted to scream, but the words caught in my throat. And then I saw it. In the corner of the room, where the shadows had been, there was a figure. A woman. Her face pale and twisted. Her eyes black as coal.
What are you?
You did this to me.
Her voice was a low growl now, filled with rage. She took a step forward, and I stumbled back, my legs giving out as I hit the floor.
I don't know you. I swear.
You will.
And then she was gone, just like that. The room was empty again, the handprint on the wall dry now, like it had been there for years. But I knew it wasn't over. It was just beginning.
What did I do?
The question hung in the air, unanswered. But deep down, I knew I had done something terrible. Something I couldn't remember. And now, whatever it was coming back for me. The next night, I woke up to the sound of scratching. It was coming from the wall, right where the handprint had been. I sat up, my body stiff with fear, and stared at the spot.
Stop it. Just stop.
But the scratching didn't stop. It grew louder, more frantic, like something was trying to claw its way through the wall. And then I heard her voice again.
Let me in.
No.
I pressed my hands over my ears, but it didn't help. Her voice was inside my head now, echoing over and over.
Let me in, let me in, let me in.
I couldn't take it anymore. I grabbed a hammer from the toolbox under my bed and swung it at the wall, desperate to make the noise stop. The drywall cracked, and for a moment, there was silence.
Please just leave me alone.
But then I saw it. A hand, pale and thin, reaching through the hole I had made, and then another, and another.
You can't keep me out forever.
The hands clawed at the edges of the hole, pulling it wider, and I could see her face now, twisted and grinning, her black eyes staring right at me.
What do you want from me?
And then she was in the room, her body sliding through the hole like it was nothing. I backed away, but there was nowhere to go. She was everywhere, her voice filling the room, her hands reaching for me.
No, stay back.
You can't run from what you've done.
I swung the hammer again, but it passed right through her, like she wasn't even there. And then she was on me, her hands cold and sharp, digging into my skin.
Please. I'm sorry.
It's too late for sorry.
And then everything went black. When I woke up, I was in the basement again, but it wasn't my basement. It was darker, colder, and the walls were covered in red handprints. And she was there, standing over me, her face twisted in a smile.
Now you remember.
And I did. I remembered everything. The fire, the screams, the way I had left her there, trapped, while I ran away.
I didn't mean to.
You did, and now it's your turn.
Her hands reached for me again, and this time, I didn't fight. I couldn't. I had done this, and now I would pay for it. The last thing I saw was her face, twisted in a smile as the darkness closed in around me. And then, there was nothing. But the story doesn't end there. Because now, I'm the one in the walls, scratching, whispering, waiting for someone to let me in. And one day they will, and then they'll remember too. The cycle never ends. It just keeps going, one handprint at a time. And now it's your turn. Do you hear that? The scratching, the whispering. Don't look. Don't turn around. But you already know it's too late. She's here, and she's waiting. For you, narrator, the scratching grew louder, more insistent, until it was all I could hear. The whispers turned to screams, and the screams turned to silence. The room was empty again, but I knew she was still there, watching, waiting. I sat there, staring at the wall, at the handprint that had started it all, and then, slowly, I reached out and touched it. It was warm. The cycle continues. And now, it's your turn. Do you hear it? The scratching, the whispers. She's here, and she's waiting. For you, always.